Hello, everybody in the whole wide world. It is Monday, and we are streaming again. I'm so excited and so befuddled today. Goodness gracious, I feel weird setting up the stream and get everything started. You just got a nice zoom in on this bald spot on my head as I scoot in here. Just get a load of that. That's great, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of my hair. The hair in the center does a lot of the cover up. We're not going to talk about my receding hairline today. No. We're going to be talking more about Resident Evil because that's something I'm less insecure about. Moving on. I say befuddled, though. I feel kind of funny because I have now been streaming for consistently streaming on the schedule that I set for myself for a full month, which has been going pretty well. There's been a few hiccups here and there. A few different setup changes, just getting used to doing the regular streaming thing. And I say this as I look at everything, making sure it's all good. Which I still have this innate fear that, again, I'm just talking and everything's muted or, none of the visuals are coming through. And I'm getting through, just some of those general, mostly anxieties. Thank you for telling me my hair is beautiful. My hair is, you jerk. I'm working through getting through, I feel like I have a lot of jitters while streaming, but the jitters are more so not about me, when they probably should be, the things I'm saying, maybe I should plan a bit more, maybe I should think a little bit more on how I want to say things or how I want to present myself. I think the things that I always find myself most nervous about are just tech issues. I hate tech issues. I love trying to solve them, but I hate it on my own show. It's the worst. Another energy drink night because I needed it. I really don't want this to become the energy drink cast though, because geez, I'm just gonna be nuts the entire time. It's not gonna be fun for everyone else but me. But like I said, feel a little out of it. Every week I feel like I'm trying to remember how do I stream. How do I hit the right buttons in the right order to do the right things. But I'm feeling pretty good today, and I was thinking a lot about what I wanted to do. Still in a bit of a transitionary state on just learning streaming and how I want to do it, what I kind of want to do for a show, all sorts of things. And I think, at least with Retros, Remakes, and Remasters, I have to read that off every time or else I'm going to forget it. Energy is... I want to at least talk about this game a bit more. So what I realized when I was playing through the last couple parts of this game, I really just wanted to finish it. And it was getting late, and I was getting really tired. And I already knew how the game ended for the most part, obviously. So I felt like I didn't give it as much attention, almost as I wish I did, or at least a little bit more care. I felt like I kind of left pretty abruptly, and I was just like, all right, we're good, we did it, woohoo, yeah. But the game definitely has a lot of... I have a lot of history, at least with this one, because I played through it a handful of times. And I also played through the director's cut version. There's a few different versions, and I'll talk about that a little bit. I didn't do enough research, because I've been researching it occasionally, and I didn't do enough before this. This is going to be a really free-form stream. This is going to be really laid back and really chill. I'm going to unmute our game volume here. Not that anything's playing yet, but... there's a lot to talk about, and a lot of things that have been going through my mind as I've played this game, and since I've been so focused on just getting the streaming aspect working and making sure everything's running pretty smoothly. I know everything's not the best quality, and I know I turn out the lights because it's supposed to be a scary game and stuff, and it doesn't obviously look great on this, but I'm just trying to figure out what I want the show to be, and so I feel like I at least missed some certain opportunities to at least talk about more of my feelings about the game itself and about obviously I talked a lot about what I remember versus what is new, but at least what makes this game. I mean, is it a good remake, or do I think it's a good remake? And as well, since I didn't want to force everyone to sit through me playing the Chris campaign right after, I thought I might as well play the Chris campaign while talking about just a lot of the differences and a lot of my thoughts on it. Just kind of relax. Again, celebrating 1 month of consistent streaming. A lot of fun. Got a lot of updates to make to the stream, actually. got a lot of things I need to do. I'm still lacking on that YouTube channel. We're gonna get that going, promise, and then changing some of the graphics and other things. We're working on a lot of things here. We're doing a lot here over at the Res 501MK channel, which is just me and a lovely girl who I look at and smile at sometimes as she reads her books, and she's cute. She's right over there. Anyway, enough about that. Slurpee sounds. Everybody loves those, I know. Don't I know it?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Glorious. Alright. So, like I said before, we're going to play through this one more time. Let's just do it really, really hard for the lulz. And again, I've learned some things, and obviously Chris is harder. So, he's got a little bit more difficult of a story. Oh, yeah, do I want to go Badass Commando, Chris Redfield? Do I have another costume for her? Oh, right. This one. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can get more costumes. I can talk about that in a second, but let's just start this sucker. Let's just play through this game. This is a fun game. So Resident Evil, I believe, came out in like 1997, 98. Probably 98
Alpha
or
team is
97.
flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
This is all the same, but I just want to watch it one more time.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin.
Kevin! Every time. Every time.
We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Holding out a little bit of hope to see if they actually change any of the beginning, depending on if you're Chris or Jill, which I doubt they do. I mean, they didn't for the original, but it's as far as I remember. Again, it's one of those things, if I remember correctly. Oh, Joseph F. Useless. I'm gonna pick you up and save you every day. Therapist dog, man.
Hey! Brad! Where the hell's he going? Chris, this way.
Taking these dogs, I think. This is really unnecessary. Alright, yeah, there's a lot I want to say.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Jill, and myself.
Barry this time.
We don't know where Barry is.
Is everyone all right?
Barry. Where's Barry?
My favorite line every time.
He's...
No. What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
Chris,
Careful.
take care.
Take care.
Yeah.
It just saunters off. Alright, so there's the opening cutscene. So I'm probably gonna repeat myself a little bit, at least from what I said originally. How many are there in this? Alright, so I'll key you in on a couple details. We'll grab this. Okay, there's 3. That's nice. We'll save in a second. So as Chris, there's a few differences, obviously. You'll notice, number 1, he has less item slots. Number 2, you'll notice I start with a survival knife and no gun. Apparently he gets grenades, but he also has daggers. No taser. But instead of having the lockpick, you have the lighter, and it's always with you, which is kind of nice, and it doesn't take up any of these slots. So as long as we carry the flask with us, we can burn some zombies pretty easily. But having just the knife is not fun. I mean, you gotta be kind of creative a little bit. You gotta be more careful, and you gotta sidestep some zombies if at all possible. This blood stains on the floor. I hope this didn't come from my friends. That would be my least favorite thing. So this game definitely came out. I mean, this game came out PlayStation 1 era, and it was fantastic. It blew my mind when I was a kid about how much, I guess, area you could explore. And I guess the fact that, I mean, there's always loading screens. In my mind as a child, anyway, it wasn't the fact that, like, oh, you can't actually, just have a big map. Because the idea of, like, RAM and other things like that didn't really come into my mind when I was a kid, just playing, like, oh, video games are made of magic. But with Resident Evil, it was explosive to me. The idea that you could, I'm just gonna check my levels here. The idea that you could just jam-pack so many places to be, and so many different, just inside the mansion, outside the mansion, all these different enemies, and they all react differently, and the different weapons, and all these things were just mind-boggling, and the loading screens were just, it just added to the horror, but it was such a small thing that really, really, really helped to pace the story out. Now, I lamented earlier about how the FMV scenes, the original scenes of you running through the forest with everyone away from the zombie dogs, used to be played by real people. We're just gonna call it quits on that one. Was played out by real people, and the acting is kind of silly. And they had these like intro scenes of the characters or which other actors and their information and stuff. And I mainly played the director's cut, which came out a year after the original game came out. And I don't know that they changed that much. What I did find out is I actually can't see it on the map currently. But that secret room that I was trying to get into that has it's behind the paintings, actually a New Game Plus kind of thing where they give you different costumes. So as Jill, we could go back and change costumes into wearing a new thing that they give you if you beat the game. Chris spends a lot of time alone. Oh, did we just get Jill's gun? Guess so. Can I not just get the Magnum from Barry, please? We'll quit this round. Ammo's sacred, man. On this, like, go right in. Yeah, this game. Man, I should probably save before I start doing anything crazy. Because I'm already concerned I'm just gonna die. I'm not gonna talk through the majority of my actions just because, again, we've played through this once as Jill, and don't want to speak too much about other things, but this game, I think, definitely made a big impact on me, mainly just for my love for survival horror, and just my interest in like video games that deal with resource management, you know, proper planning. Not that this game by any means is like a roguelike or roguelite game, but it is definitely a game where you just have to be ready. You have to plan for what you're going to be doing. Every movement you make can have an effect on the gameplay and what you do. So this room we're in, if you were to just go straight to the right or straight east, there's that secret room. That is the secret like changing room, so you can get a different costume when you go in there. So that's cool. Alright, let's get out of here before I get mauled. So this game, I mean, I've looked up some stuff just to see what some of the differences are and things like that. So I believe it was in the early 2000s. I think 2002 might be a little early. I can't remember. But this game was, the remaster for this game was originally made for the GameCube. And it had a similar layout. So a lot of the things that they changed that I was like, whoa, this is news to me. A lot of that had already been changed in that game. Alright, that's cleared data. So that's like the end of the game. So let's just go with 5. So the whole extra storyline, if you watch my playthrough, if you've played before, the whole storyline with Lisa Trevor, I believe her name was, the experiment, the little girl that they experimented on, that was all added in the remaster back on the GameCube. And since I'd never played that, that was news to me. Just gonna saunter over. The most useless tape in the game. So yeah, that was added later on. A lot of the redesign of a lot of this stuff. But a few things apparently, like the daggers and things, these were added later in this version, or the PC remaster version of the game, just to add to just, you know, since they added the crimsons and whatnot. I can't just burn you. Since they added the crimsons, the running zombies, basically, to add a little bit more difficulty. I'm just filling up all my spaces. This is a bad plan. They added the crimsons for more difficulty, and they added the use of the lighter and the flask so that you can burn them and get rid of the bodies, or, you know, try and get headshots with certain weapons and things like that. But there's a few things, you know, like I don't even know if this game is like a huge overhaul by any means, other than graphics, a few mechanics, things like that, and, you know, just we're just gonna walk over here if I can. Now I'm just getting scared. Now I'm getting too into it. But they added a few things, and honestly, the Lisa Trevor story they added to this game, I enjoyed. Like, I thought it was pretty good. It felt almost a little pushed, a little forced, almost. Well, not forced, but having played the game before, and that not being there, it was like, this is new, this is interesting, this makes me want to play this remaster, and it did it pretty well. And so, gosh, that enters a lot of territory of how you feel about a game being remade or remastered, because thinking about, at least in the future here, Final Fantasy VII, the remake is coming out. Now, if it was a remaster, they would mainly just be, we're gonna try and take one on with a knife. That's a really short knife distance, man, I hate it. Yeah, I don't like this. Alright, cool. We're just gonna juke some zombies. It's all about juking the zombies. Can I get into this door? I don't think so. Chris mainly has to take like a very different path compared to Jill. He's got a lot of different things to do because he doesn't have the lockpick. And now we're out of item slots. The ammo. Oh, that's another zombie to my left, isn't it? Oh, wow, he missed. He whiffed that. Oh, I unlocked it. Excellent. So, thinking of Final Fantasy VII, the game is being remade. So it's not going to look 100% like the last game. It's not going to have the exact same, corridors to walk down. Specific items might not be in the exact same spot that you remember them being in. It's gonna have a little bit of a different feeling to it, and they're gonna update some of the systems to make it feel more modern and things like that. Whereas with a remaster, kind of like this game for the most part, I don't really think they changed mechanics other than adding the lighter and whatnot. The game is still focused around the same things. The game's still, juke zombies, shoot them, stab them, what have you. But they haven't changed the combat system. They haven't made it so that you can, walk and fire at the same time. They haven't made it so you can... The poor man's emerald! They haven't made it so you can, jump, stab people, or do anything like that. So there's a lot of things that they could have added, but since it's a remaster, they wanted to, obviously remaster or make better looking and functioning what was already there. Whereas obviously with a remake, we're talking about bringing in new ideas to an old game. Again, like Final Fantasy, it looks like there's going to be a little bit more of an open, fighting style and things. You're going to be doing. You're going to be able to run around instead of just being like a turn-based thing. Which was what I was trying to get to, which is FF7 is going to be rough. You want to expound upon that a little bit? Rough booty. What? Okay, Nicarag. If you can let me know a little bit more what you mean, I'll talk about it. But it's going to look great. There's at least that. But at least what I'm saying is everything won't be the way that you remember it. Everything's not going to be 100% the way that maybe you like it, just because some things are going to change. I heard someone literally complain about the fact that when Cloud picks up his whiskey when he's in the Seventh Heaven bar or whatever it's called, that there was no ice in it and it didn't clink like it did in the original. And it's there are some people who go to great lengths to keep any amount of detail in the games they love so much. Me, depending on the game, I feel like sometimes I could be that religious about it. But in this game, I feel like it did such a great job with knowing what kind of game it is itself. A lot more zombies around for Chris. It'll look great game, but it'll be iffy because it's going to be easy. See, there is another thing to really take into account when we're talking about a remake or a remastered game is there going to be a new difficulty? Or is the difficulty going to be way easier? And also something that we're seeing with a lot of games today is quote-unquote games journalists and whatnot. Some people literally just want an easier mode just so that they can play through it and see the story. Now, I'm all for people having different modes so that it's easier for people. Accessibility, for people who maybe can't play as well, or who, just have a certain form of disability, what have you, sure. But it's strange to me that with Final Fantasy VIII, there's a Final Fantasy VIII remaster, which I want to play very badly, and we'll probably play it on this show. With Final Fantasy VIII, I looked up a little bit of what they're adding to the game, and some of them are basically you won't have any random encounters. There will be no... Gosh dang it, dude. Come on. Gonna make it harder for me to juke you. Oh, he's not gonna come down. Zombies aren't good at stairs, I guess. But you can turn off random encounters. You can make all the boss fights easier. You can do tons of things. FF8 Remastered. I bought it and I need to refund it. We'll explain in a few. I have a few guesses as to why. Now, I do really want to play that game on stream, but I do understand as to why you would say it is a problem, or that you want to refund it. So what I heard first of all is that all the character models and a lot of the monsters are remastered, but all the background screens look exactly the same. All these beautiful character models are put on these stretched backgrounds that don't look right at all. Look at this man. He's just guarding those shotgun shells. That jerk. And I don't know if you're listening, Nick. You might have walked away. But good old Nick and Rack. But yeah, they added a lot of dumbed down. Like you can just skip all the fights and stuff, which is funny because in game there is an ability that you can get from one of the what they call GFs in the game, the summons. One of them will give you the ability to turn off random encounters. But the game in and of itself will let you turn that off if you just don't want to deal with it at any point. So I feel like that is almost kind of silly. I understand again, accessibility. You want to have as many people playing your game as possible. It's important for people to play the game, 100%. FF8 Remastered doesn't actually go full screen without mods. Wow, that I did not know. That one I didn't hear. Because I heard that like the backgrounds were exactly the same. Like none of that was touched up at all. So it all looks really old and really, really kind of just decrepit. Which is really sad, in all honesty. Oh, he actually got me. It really does make me a little sad. It's all locked. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I've heard a lot about how if you want a beautiful version of Final Fantasy, you should actually just buy the PC version of the game, like the original normal PC version of the game, and then just download mods for it, because it'll look way better. It functions way better. There's like the backgrounds, some of the characters look just better. Which makes me kind of sad, because if you're playing a game that's considering itself a remaster, you want it to look good. You want it to look good and play good. And like, I can't imagine playing this game right now, being Chris Redfield, this beautiful model of Chris Redfield, and then running around just the most pixely mansion with really bad camera angles, and none of the cutscenes are touched up. Like, it was still all the FMV, which I find endearing. FMV in this game was endearing. I would just feel kind of betrayed. It's like I paid for a fully, someone who loved this game and who wanted to make it the best. Like, bam, let's do it. Let's make this game beautiful in every way we can, because this game looks great. Like, I mean, it came out in 2015. I mean, like I said, they remastered this game for the GameCube back in the day, but for the PC, it looks great. They did a wonderful job. I hate you guys. Jeez. Chris is popular in this game. They don't tell you that? Oh, that's a cheat, man. Get off, bro. I'm gonna lose. That's okay, though. We're trying to run around zombies. I'm gonna use a lot of health items doing this. Send you a screenshot after this. Game, send it to you. Facebook. That is all good and well. Burning some zombies tonight. Alright, I gotta switch some stuff around. So yeah, so a lot of this comes down to, what do you want in a video game, and what are you willing to accept in a video game that you know and love, because if you've played like Final Fantasy before and you're playing the FF8 remaster, you want it to look really nice, and you want the game to be basically the same, because you're playing again. Gosh, freaking Chris. He gets all these small keys instead of having the lockpick, and it sucks. Just to make men's life harder. Whoever said men have it easy. I'm not gonna open that chestnut. But anyway, the idea though that if you're coming into a remake situation where they're like, hey, it's basically like adapting a book to a movie, like we're gonna take some creative liberties, maybe change around the story a bit. Obviously the mechanics will be changed and a lot of different things. Like, yeah, no, totally, let's do that. And that's exciting, and can be a lot of fun, because you can have a reimagined version of your favorite game and maybe it'd be a lot of fun. But I can definitely understand some people being like, "What? That doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel canon, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't feel like it hits the same notes as the original did for me," or something like that, which I understand completely. But I feel like this game definitely hits all the exact same notes. As a remaster, it does a lot of the atmosphere's right. It didn't add anything that made it feel like it was off theme, or that anything was just like outright wrong. It was all just good. I need to kill some of these zombies. All right, let's try this. We saved. It'll be fine. So yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about, you know, what is good for remake and remaster territory. He's just right there. He doesn't care. Is there another one over here? Okay, good. Should have killed him now. I don't know. I need to kill them and burn them all. But anyway, still talking about this game. So like I was saying about how I really like a lot of what they did with this game. This hallway, like, I remember this hallway. I remember, like, you know, you look at all these pictures and there's just a bunch of portraits and faces are painted out. I don't know if I remember that part, but I remember there being lots of portraits and stuff. You know, I remember a lot of the design, and see if we can get a couple shots in. I remember a lot of things from this game, and this hallway specifically. Oh no! Oh, the murder! Oh, and I got Facebook chatted. Oh no! In the dick. Okay. All right, now we use some health. So we're in the caution stages. Sent it. Thank you, good sir. Oh, that was perfect. Can I get a fire? Says the Nook and Rock. Yeah, so... Raccoon PD. Come on. It's not necessary to use this now. Don't you lie to me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Alright. Please burn both of them. I can't be 100% sure if that did or did not burn both. He looks still pretty brightly colored, but that's okay. I don't know if I'm gonna plan on winning this game at all, but we're just gonna play through as much as I can here as we talk about the game. So like, seriously though, I love this game. It's I'm gonna get got. One too many. Whoa. Gosh, that made me sick. Just seeing it. I'm so bad at this. It's just this hallway has so many of them. Jeez. Oh no, Chris, you're gonna die. But things that I love about this is the game, it still has... Oh, I'm dead. There it is. There it is. Oh, Christopher, no. Wish you could button mash more. Oh, did I get him? I think we got him. Well, let's light this one up too. That is actually another thing. So, about this game in general, hoping that burned both. Hoping that burned both. Looks like I still have one that's not dead. That's fine. Maybe we'll burn him right after. The thing I loved about this game in general, and I'm glad it still remains in the game, because as a remaster, they would have definitely done some people some disservice if they got rid of both storylines, is this game made use of the same map and switched around a ton of the items so that we have a very different gameplay between two characters. And this is something I read, something that would be harder for me to figure out on my own, obviously, is is Chris is apparently a little bit faster and has a little bit more health. I think a lot of that is to make up for the fact that he has the worst part of the storyline, because if I remember correctly, he does not get as much help. He doesn't have the lockpick, so he has to get a bunch of keys, and keys take up inventory slots, and if you'll notice, he has less inventory slots. I mean, he does have the lighter automatically, which is cool, but still kind of difficult. Mainly focusing on burning all these zombies so they're not near the save room. Yeah, see, this guy made it out. I really wanted to light 2 of them at once. Save up on some kerosene, but that's okay. Anywho's. How are we doing on time? It's been 40 minutes. That's not bad. It's not bad. Locked. Yeah, so this game definitely did a great job with, you know, padding the story and having a lot of things come back to. And I think this game has a lot of extra costumes. And I know there's some you can buy into, and there's some that you can just get from completing parts of the game. And that's pretty cool. I think that this game definitely did a good job on, you know, creating a couple scenarios, and, you know, just having reasons to come back. So, and if I remember correctly, you can actually you can get like the rocket launcher on the second playthrough or something. Like they reward you for playing the game more than once, which is really cool. And I love when games have little things like that. But this remaster does really bring me back to my childhood of just, you know, trying to figure out all these puzzles and trying to, you know, you feel clever when you solve puzzles, and when you dodge the zombie, you get a little bit of a rush, you know. At least, especially when I was a kid, dude, I would internalize video games so much. Like, if I got grabbed by a zombie, I was like, I would feel it in my bones. Power computing, dude. Power computing. Gosh, I think that's gonna be one of the games we're gonna play on this show. We're gonna play Marathon, and we're gonna scream power computing rules at least like 5 times per stream when that happens. Right now we're talking about this game because I need to get paid. I'm not gonna get paid by anyone. Can I go through that other door? I can, and there's more things to do there, so let's do it. Heck yeah! So this is the nuke. Run through. So yeah, more about this game. Again, atmosphere is perfect. The traversing through doors that they kept, glorious. I do like the ability to walk up and down stairs freely, because before you would have to like come to a staircase, hit A, and it would give you a similar thing. I think in these hallways, I can't remember if they actually let you walk up these normally, or if they sometimes, like, you'd hit A and then it would show a little animation of you walking, but you had no control over it. I feel a little bad that I'm not adhering to old school tank controls. Doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart, but hey, let's do it. This game definitely did a bang-up job, and the remaster especially did a bang-up job with just rekindling that feeling of, this is a huge house, we're in a scary place, we're alone, and the door opening every time you're just like, what's going to be on the other side of this? And I could definitely feel that, especially, again, new to streaming. It's a lot of fun. Definitely not used to it all yet, but while doing this, I've definitely I felt very scared because of the fact that the first night I streamed this, I was like, yeah, game that I've played before, loved it, played it tons. I'm so ready to do this. Played it a lot before, so obviously I'm gonna be real good. And then we play for 2 hours without saving, and then I die a miserable, miserable death, and it was embarrassing. And felt really bad for anyone who watched and who will watch. But at the same time, this game, and since they remastered it, they kept, that era of game, the system of saving was just so different, and he's gonna be alive for Chris? No. Oh, he is! That is just really mean. Man. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. He can follow me. We'll see how that goes. But them keeping the authentic saving, because that's another thing that I feel like in some games is kind of being changed. Using an old key. Use the old key. Well, I don't know if there's a wrong order to use the old keys in. That could be bad. I'm gonna get dogged. Not just yet. There are more herbs here. I'm gonna risk it. Take it! Take it! You know, there's achievements to beat this game in like 3 hours, and I find that ludicrous, and I love it. That people can do that. Another thing I want to say, camera angle. So this room we're about to walk in, which it might happen to me as we go through this. When I remember playing this game originally, this was a famous hallway. And I'm pretty sure this hallway was way more important, or you would more quickly... I'm missing shots. I'm not coming over there, you come over here. Where's this dumb dog? This hallway was a big deal because this introduced people to zombie dogs, and a lot of people weren't ready for zombie dogs, at least to fight them. You saw them in the cutscene, but you didn't fight them. He's gonna be waiting for me. No, he's actually dead. I think we did an okay job. Back up. Old Yeller. Is there anything under this? So, trying to say this, I'm trying to perform and speak at the same time. Not good at that yet. Working on it. Do you have RE6? I do not. But if you have it, I will get it and we can play through it together if you want. So I think that one's 2-player. What I wanted to say about this hallway is you would normally come through this door. And this was early on in the path through the mansion, so you didn't have to get a key to come through this side. And, bye, wife. You would come through this hallway, and the dogs would just jump through and scare the junk out of you. And it was hilarious and awesome. We should totally play through it sometime. I did it like 25% of the co-op. That's spooky. I'm down to play RE6 with you, Nick. That would be hilarious. I would love that. Which, actually, since there is a Halloween sale on, I'm actually looking at buying the remake of Resident Evil 2, which I never really fully played through the second one. I think, Nick, I remember watching you play through it when we were kids, because I remember you playing it a lot. But I really want to play through that one, because it looks really good, and I almost kind of want to go through it with just like a clean slate, because I don't know much about it at all, and it excites me. But what I'm saying about zombie dogs, I gotta finish this thing about zombie dogs, because when you're Jill and you walk through that hallway in the remaster right here, right now, you walk in and you see the glass is already cracked. And the original you couldn't tell because everything's a pixel. It's all pixelated. You would walk into that hallway in the original dogs. You come in this time, you had to get a key to open this door. You're ready for these dogs. A lot of people freaked out. You get in there, glass is cracked, you're ready for it, and it doesn't happen. And that's one of the things that I loved about this game. I hated and loved was that it's like, you know they're out there. You know this happened before if you played the game before. But we're not going to do that to you now because you're ready for it. And it's like, I hate you so much. But in this game, if you ever pick up an important item, or if you come through a hallway or a room by another direction, then the thing happens. So if you'll remember, we came through the hallway from the opposite door, just like we did now, and then the zombie dogs came out. And they just do these little things to just try and add a little bit more life to the game that you've already played, and it's just something that I think is pretty hilarious and good, and it's great for a scary game, and you're remastering it. It's totally good. I haven't played any of the remaster yet, but I played the living daylights out of 2 and 3. I remember playing 1 and 2 with you, Nick, but I don't remember 3 because 3 is Nemesis, right? I don't remember playing that one or even watching you play it. Maybe I did. I can't remember. For any of you wondering, Nick and Rack is a wonderful person who I grew up with, and we played a lot of video games together. But back in the day when we had a lot of these wonderful one-player games, and I would probably be too scared to play them, at least when I was like 8 when this game came out, I had a lot of fun watching him play it. And I didn't own a PlayStation at the time, so... Oh man, the memories though. Ouch. What are we ouching? Am I calling you wonderful or awesome? Or was I backhanded comments? Am I a jerk? It's okay, I got fat, so you can make fun of that. I love that this guy stands here, by the way. I forgot how young we were. Dude, right? Is this door open yet? Oh, it's locked from the other side. Dang! How do I get in this room? Gotta go up there. Oh, I might have the key to that door. Oh, that's a murder hallway there. We're not going that way. I'm getting there, don't you worry. Yeah, dude. Yeah. At least if this game came out in 98, I was... Wait, if this game came out in 98, I was born in 92, so I was like 6? Really? That sounds absurd. You got fat, and Nike went bald. Okay, I'm leaving. Xiao's a bear. Are you following me, Xiao's a bear? Who the heck are you? We use code names. What? That's my roommate. Your roommate. Should I know your roommate? But we all know Nick is bald. Nick is balding, but then again, so am I. I can't say much. My brother and I are both balding pretty well. He went a lot quicker than I did, but I am also balding. He might have come on to troll. I love a good troll. If you're gonna troll, though, at least follow me so you can continue to troll me at least every time I go live. It adds to the experience. So, anywho's, I'd love to play RE6 with you, dude. But I'm definitely looking at buying the 2 remake just for the awesomeness that I've heard that it is. Can I stab this guy over the banister? I'm doubting it, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah! Special forces! Man, I don't want to lose health, but I don't want to... I don't know why I keep aiming for the toes. Yeah, that'll go clear over his head. See, that camera angle, not as helpful as I would like. Alright, we need to waste some bullets. Hopefully that did enough damage. It didn't. Surprise, surprise. Yay! He followed! Welcome to the stream. I hope you come to troll for many, many a stream more. I'm just trying to grow the stream, man. Thanks you for being Nick's roommate. I know it might take a lot of energy some days. You might not want to do it all the time, but Nick is a good guy deep down, underneath all that lack of hair. We love... Gosh. Losing hair is a sad eventuality. Probably bad that I'm doing a show that's basically based on nostalgia in general, but it should be nostalgia about hair is what it should really be about. I remember my beautiful locks. Nick is the calmest dude in the world. You are not wrong on occasion. Literally the easiest roommate. Yeah, no, I can see that. As a roommate, I can see him really awesome. Hair stream? Yes, we're doing a hair stream. We're gonna learn to braid hair. It's gonna be great. No, Nick is really awesome. I mean, if he ever gives you a ride anywhere, he's probably gonna scream, "I like grapes" out the window. That is neither here nor there. And that's probably that's just good for you in general. Grapes are just good. Alright, we're gonna land this guy on top of his friend. Gonna burn some people. At the end of the stream, we get to count how much hair we lost. Gosh. Yeah, dude. I don't like to think about it. Oh. Yeah, my genes on both sides of my family are just bad on the hair. Oh. Oh, that felt good. The headshots with the pistol, since they're pretty random, you just get a big hit of dopamine when it does land. It's really, really good. Love the dopamine. That's just you trying to make random people ask you about your wiener. I like reading things. I like not screening anything before I read it out loud on the internet. Oh, screw this guy. In a minute. That's just you trying to make random people ask you about your wiener. That's the best statement I've heard all day. No lie. Oh, this game. Okay. I want to save, but we're not going to save. Oh, that's right. No, there's no kerosene in this room, but in the other room. Gosh dang it. So anyway. Dude. Resident Evil definitely fundamentally made me love the horror genre and the survival horror in general. Oh no. Oh, we need an old key to get in there. Oh, this room leads in there. Let's get the weed eater killer thing. Ask me about my wiener. It was a good movie. Oh, running low on energy drink. That's a real life issue. I'm gonna keep the flask on me again. No. I'm not gonna pick up any kerosene between here and there until I get another key. That's the real oof moment right there. Yeah. Yeah, this game. Another thing that I'm interested about this game is that, and one of the reasons I wanted to play it, obviously. Oh, are you kidding me? This is also locked. Wait a minute. No. I thought that door was completely open, bros. Bros. Oh, the sadness is real. So red doesn't necessarily mean I can unlock it. Or that I can't. I think. I don't know. I don't know how to play this game. It's great. But, I was gonna say, I like that all these games are being remastered. Because a lot of people love this game. Like, this is a great game. And I believe... So I think I made an oops when I was speaking at one point during one of these things, one of these streams, and I believe I said something effective that this was more of an American-developed game, and I believe it might actually be more, Japanese. Well, not Japanese. Well, it was developed in Japan. But then again, I can't remember. If someone wants to look that up, feel free. But if I remember correctly, they did release it in Japan as well, but it was kind of censored for a few different things. Yes indeed. Hold on, remembering where to go. But yeah, I'm really glad that they're remastering and remaking these games, because this is obviously a remaster, but Resident Evil 2 is a remake, and it looks really cool. I'm glad they're doing the over-the-shoulder view, kind of like they did for Resident Evil 4, not that I've played that, but I like the look of it, and I imagine I will like the gameplay of it. It just looks like a lot of fun, and I'm glad that they're just adding more and more. We're gonna quickly click over to look at all these pictures that I'm being sent. Yeah, those screenshots aren't looking that great of Final Fantasy VII. Oh gosh, there's a picture of Tiny Me and Nick, and my goodness, that was adorable for like 5 minutes. Oh no, I need to get this. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have that. We gotta get the chat back up. Yeah, dude, we're old. We were young. I was like 5 in that picture. Oh, that's so weird. Gosh, reminiscing. I'm trying to remember where to walk in a video game. Alright, that opened this door. I don't think it'll open any of these. I don't think I opened that one. I think we kind of want to go... we want to try and get rid of this key. But yeah, with this game, really, the Resident Evil game's really popular. This one was remastered, 2 is remade, and it seems like they're just starting from 1 and going up again. Like, they definitely released Resident Evil 1 a total of like 8 times or something ridiculous, from what I remember reading. Like, they resold this game a bunch, because they had the original, they had the director's cut, they had like different like weird random updated version, and they had like the actual remaster for the GameCube. They sold I think they sold the original on PC, can't remember. And there's a bunch of other, like, they had like a Game Boy version they were trying to make work, but it didn't work. But yeah, I'm glad these games are coming back. I mean, Resident Evil 7 definitely sparked a lot of the popularity back up for Resident Evil, especially since not as many people liked 6 or 5 and 6. I mean, I enjoyed playing 5. It definitely felt very different than all the other games. Again, I haven't played 6. Excuse me. Too much carbonation. All right, do we go meet Richard now? I'm not sure if I have the right key for this. I don't think that I do. Okay. So we need... Oh, I know where I need to go. I need to get to the other side of the hallway, don't I? Mother Teresa. Okay, come this side of the hallway. Alley-oop. Okay, figure on that side. Alley-oop. Oh, that was actually smooth as ice. Okay, let's... Is ice smooth? Asking for a friend. Oh, I think there's another moment I actually wanted to talk about with this game, and a cool thing that they did, which I think is kind of smart, and like also threw me for a loop my first night streaming, was the fact that you get chased by the zombie dogs into the mansion, right? And so you get chased in, you're brought in, and in the original game, you could open the door, and it would give you a little cutscene of the dog trying to fight its way in, but you push the door and close them out. We have the map now, yay! And so you just push them back out. And in this game, it does a lovely thing where it's like, oh hey, there's the dogs, and then one jumps right in, and it's like, they knew that someone was gonna be like, hey, let's see if they redid, at least like I did anyway, let's see if they redid the cutscene for the little dog animation. It's like, oh, we did way more than that, which I thought was great. I don't know if that happened in the original. I don't think it ever did, but it definitely happened to me, and that freaked me out a little bit. But I loved that so much. This is not the room that I thought it was, to be honest. That's okay. But that little change, just those little things, really spark something in you that's just like, oh wow, that's different, that's new, that's terrifying, because I thought I had everything under control and I knew what was going to happen next, and it doesn't happen that way, which is great. I think that's really good for a game. I would really highly rate this remaster. Like, it's really, really good. Alright, I've already done way more than I did in this episode that I ever did between like 2 streams with Jill. There's one room we need to get to that's at the end of one of the hallways that I'm trying to remember where it is. Because it's not this one. Is it downstairs? I don't think it is downstairs. So I thought it was like an upstairs hallway where it's got one room with 2 doors. It's a room with 2 doors. And... that's the side of this. Not that one, but that one. No, that's Murder Hallway. Hate Murder Hallway. No, but I thought it was like this staircase, and yeah. Oh no! It's it's down the hall from here. Down the hall from here. That's fine. Go this way. We're gonna grab this The dog whistle. That's what we're doing. We're gonna go grab a dog whistle and murder a dog. And after we do that, we're probably gonna save. I'm gonna need some healing items. All those healing items out on the balcony out there. I have to juke some more zombies. But we're gonna grab the dog whistle, and we'll grab the dog whistle and we'll save, and then right when we come back, we will play a little bit more, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game. Loving it so much. Maybe I will see if I can pop up that picture of me and my friend, just for kicks and gigs, if that's okay with you, Mr. Nicholas. But then again, your anonymity is important to me. I wouldn't wish to harm the Crown's reputation. Yeah, but I like that they put an arrow here. It's like, it's a one-way door, you idiot. Don't do anything you don't want to do. But yeah, this has been a good first hour of streaming. Again, I always feel nervous when I come back to streaming after a week. I feel like I forget everything, but we've been doing this for a month now. It's cool. Time passes so fast, especially when you get older. Goodness, I'm not that old, and I feel ancient, but time passes real fast. Okay. Let us do some save-a-roos, and we'll take a quick break. It's an old typewriter. Use this to save with an anchor in it. Deckard K. Excellent. I did go a little crazy with the Jill saves, didn't I? Let's switch everything. We're gonna switch everything to how I want it before we go. Yep, that's it. Okay, well, there's that. Alright. I will leave you with the in-game music for the funsies of it. Hope I'm staying in frame. I feel like I tend to slouch, or I try to stay centered, or go one side or the other. Again, this actual whole screen, like the logo and whatnot, this is all going to be changed around a little bit in the next couple weeks, and we're going to be changing some things, but it's going to look good. But anyway, thanks for everybody who showed up so far. And we're going to keep streaming some Resident Evil because it's spooky Halloween time. And actually, at some point this month, and I think maybe we'll do it tomorrow, I don't know. It depends on what the missus says. But we might stream Colot again. Because it's almost been a year since we started that. We'll probably just restart it. But we will get to that. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Just a quick break.
Yeah!